Welcome back for another wonderful year of Dharma School. I always tell people, to me, New Year's Day is September 1st. I always feel like the year starts September when Dharma School starts, and that's when I first started as a minister rather than New Year's Day. So very excited about the start of another new Dharma School year. So nice to see all of you again. I hope you had a real nice little summer break. So to begin our new year, I thought I would ask our good friend Freddie to come and talk to us today. Okay, let's see what our good friend Freddie has been up to over his summer vacation. Hi, everybody. Hi, Freddie. Isn't it nice to be back for another year of Dharma School? Sure is. Did you have a nice summer vacation? Yeah. What did you do? Did you go anywhere? I went back home to Wyoming. That's right, Wyoming, where you're originally from. What did you do there? Oh, I saw all my old friends. They're still living in the same pond. Oh, wow. Did you do anything with them? Well, we went camping. Oh, I think some of the kids here went camping this summer too. How many of you went to LABCC camp? Wow, look at all those kids that went to camp. Yeah, we didn't get to go this year. I know we didn't get to go because I couldn't go. Yeah, I miss going to summer camp. We'll try to go next year. So when you went camping, what do you make at your campouts? Do you make the traditional things? Oh, well, little variations. We have barbecued hot dogs, like everybody does, but I like to put mustard, relish, and dried flies on my hot dogs. I call it a Freddy dog. Ooh. Do you have s'mores? You know, s'mores is a favorite, right? When you go have a campfire. Oh yeah, I like s'mores, but instead of chocolate, 'cause it's too sweet, I put in worms. Ooh. Marshmallows, graham crackers, and worms. Yup. So delicious. Well, I don't know if I want to try that one. So, you know, Freddie, today is the first Sunday, and there's probably some new people here. So we want to welcome them, don't we? We sure do. If this is your first Sunday at OCBC, well, welcome. Yes. Do you remember your first time here? Yeah. Everything was so strange. The chanting was strange. People were doing something up here with the incense burners. I thought it was a barbecue. Yeah, I know. If you're here for the first time, you don't know what's going on. So we have to explain things a little bit, huh? Yeah, you'll learn about the chanting. It was really good today. I thought it was too. The chanting is so beautiful. Everyone's getting really good at chanting the Nembutsu Wasan. But if you're here for the first time, you don't have to know exactly what we chanted yet, and in time, you will come to learn. But the melody, did you know that the melody that we chanted today goes back to Buddhism in China over 1,200 years ago? Whoa, that's a long time. So the Buddhists hit top 40 for the past 1,200 years. I'd like to see Justin Bieber top that, huh? Be in the top 40 for 1,200 years. So when we chant, what are we doing? Well, I think we usually say we're praising the Buddha. That's right. When we're chanting, we're praising the Buddha. And when we offer incense, what are we doing, Freddie? Well, we're paying respect to the Buddha. That's right. We're paying respect, a deep respect and reverence to the Buddha. So those are two important parts of the service. And then what do we do when there's the sermon or the Dharma message? Well, you talk and we listen. That's right. That's right. We listen. And that's one of the most important parts of being a Shin Buddhist, is listening. Isn't there more to it than that? Because that's kind of simple, isn't it? Listening sounds like it's simple, but it's very hard to really, really do well. What do you mean? Well, sometimes we hear, but we're not really listening. We hear the words, but maybe we're not deeply listening. Listening means to really listen. Whoa. Well, I think I'm listening. I know. Sometimes I think I'm listening. But then when I'm listening to a sermon, sometimes my stomach growls. And then you know what I'm thinking? What? I'm thinking, what should I have for lunch today? You know, should I have Jack in the Box? Should I have Burger King? And then 5 minutes go by and I realize I haven't been listening to the message. Oh, yeah, that happens to me when you talk all the time. I know it happens when anyone's talking. So it's hard to really, really listen. But that's why we listen and we listen and we listen. And it might take even years and we'll become a real, sincere listener of the Dharma. But we have many people like that here, and they show us how to listen. Okay, I guess we just have to work at it. There's something else new people should know, the 3 F's of OCBC. 3 F's. What does that stand for? The first F is food. We like to eat here. Just look at him. Well, yeah, they feed me too well here. Yes, we do like to eat here. We have a lot of wonderful food. What's the second F? Second F is fun. We have fun here. It's fun to come to OCBC. Even listening can be fun, right? Yes, listening can be fun. Listening can be fun. And learning can be fun. So what's the third F? Friendship. We make a lot of friends here. Some people have been friends for 60 or 70 or 80 years. That's right. We have some people here who've been lifelong friends. So I hope that if you're here for the first time, that you will make wonderful friends in the Dharma. So 3 F's. I would add a 4th F. 4th F? What would that be? How about Freddy? Oh, 4 F's of OCBC. Okay, you can add Freddy. Okay, so wonderful start of the new Dharma school year. We welcome everyone. I have the power of turning lights on and off. I wanted a little mood for the end of your sermon. That is interesting how the lights went out. I think it's a timer thing. Oh, there it goes again. See, I did it. Okay, well, anyway, you can show us your magical powers again next time. Okay, welcome all you new people and everyone who's been here for a long time as well. Bye. So I'd just like to add on to what Freddie said briefly about listening. If I could ask our guys to put up on the screen here. This is how to listen. This is taken from a book written by our former Gomonshu, the head of our religious tradition. And he mentions 3 important things about listening. So the first thing is you should listen as if you're listening for the very first time. For the very first time. Always as if you're listening for the first time. So we don't listen as if, oh, I've heard that story again, and so we turn it off in our mind, or you go to a Dharma school class, oh yeah, we learned about Eightfold Path last year, so we don't have to study it again. No, we always listen and learn as if it's the first time. Secondly, you should listen as if the message is for you alone, not for somebody else. The message is for you. The Buddha's message is for you. Shinran Shoning's message is for you, for me, not for someone else. So you're not listening for someone else. We're not listening to a message thinking, oh yeah, I know my husband or my wife should hear this message, or my son or daughter or my mom or dad. They really need to hear this. No, it's for me. So we have to listen as if it is for me alone. And third, you should listen as if it's the last time you will ever do so in your life. If this might be the last time, then we listen very deeply, very intently. So those are 3 sort of principles or guides of how we listen to the Dharma in Shin Buddhism. So as I said, listening sounds so simple, but yet it's actually very difficult. And listening looks like something passive. Here in the West, well, it looks like such a passive thing. But no, it's a very active thing. It's a very dynamic thing. If we can't listen, then we really can't do a lot of things. We can't really communicate if we can't listen. People think communication is talking, but half of communication is listening. That's the most important half. I once spoke to a Buddhist marriage counselor, and I asked him, what's the difference between a Buddhist approach to marriage counseling as opposed to regular marriage counseling? He says, well, in regular marriage counseling, you tell a couple you have to talk more. You have to learn how to communicate. But he says, in Buddhist counseling, I tell a couple, you have to shut up and listen. Kind of harsh, meaning the communication problem is no one's listening. No one's listening. So he encourages couples to listen instead of talking. So listening is so important in Shin Buddhism. We listen and we listen and we listen. And when we learn to listen, then we hear the teachings not only here in the Hondo, but in our everyday life, in people that we meet, and talking to a stranger on the airplane. You might hear the Dharma from your pet cat or dog. You might hear the Dharma from a bartender. You might hear the Dharma from who knows who it might be. And sometimes even your harshest critic can be your wonderful teacher. But we have to have the heart and mind of listening to be able to receive that Dharma. So as we start this new year, we focus on the importance of listening in Shin Buddhism. Namandavats, 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 namandavats.